Our next guest, Ann Girian of, wow, I gotta tell you, I tried it already. Fudge Everything. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
So I'll just, before you get going, we did a cutting, we did a tasting before you came on the air. And the non-sweet eaters were blown away. The sweet eaters were blown away. First of all, tell us, how did you get into this business? Why are you into it? And then why is it so good?
Well, so I got into it with my partner, Debbie Bloomingdale, and we were tennis partners. And she used to always, during Christmas time, we played league tennis, and she would make her fudge sauce for the team. So maybe like 12 jars. And a couple of years later, everyone was loving it so much and went from making 12 jars, 1 year to 2 years later. People were like, "Oh, Deb, if you're making more, can you just make me? I'll pay you for it." And she would never charge people, but she was making like 150 jars like 2 years later for people. So I said to her one April in 2013, you should really market your fudge sauce, and you should start now in time for the holidays so you can, get it all set up and whatnot. And she said, "Well, I won't do it without you." And I had just lost my job. I was working for a company that went bankrupt, and so I'd lost my job and wasn't really looking to get into this, but fell into it with Deb, and we started it. We launched a Kickstarter campaign, raised money that summer, and enough to go to a co-packer, design a label, and launch the product by September of that year. So that's how it started.
How many years ago was that?
That was in 2013. So.
And this is a full-time job now?
It's a part-time job. It's
Right.
a part-time job. But we've had a lot of fun with it. We've met a ton of great people, and we've had really good reception to our sauce, which is very different than what you would buy on a supermarket shelf.
I already know why it's different, but we have to share that now. Tell everybody
So
why
it's different because most of the stuff that you buy in the grocery store, if you're looking for an ice cream topping, is pretty much pure corn syrup with a little bit of flavoring. And we do not use corn syrup. We use real sugar, butter, cream, Dutch processed cocoa powder, some salt, and pure vanilla. So
I just spooned it out of the jar and it was great.
Well, that's what we say. I mean, we have so many
You
people.
could put it on toast if you were a chocoholic.
We have so many people that tell us, your sauce is great, but I don't even bother with the ice cream. I just eat it right out of the jar because frankly, it's a pain in the butt to get up and, walk to the freezer to scoop your ice cream.
Right.
The jar's right there.
Right.
So.
And this is the only product you have right now?
It is. We are going to be launching a caramel sauce probably within the next 6 weeks, which is the same concept, no corn syrup. It's going to have a little bit of crunch to it because it will crystallize a tad because there is no corn syrup, which actually people really like because it has kind of like a candy crunch
Well,
to
except corn syrup is just so bad for you.
Yeah. Well, and it leaves that scientific term here, that cocoa taste in your mouth, which is not so pleasant.
Right.
So this
I'm
is
more
much
concerned with
smoother.
the health aspects of corn syrup.
But this has
It's
a
one
much
of the more
smoother.
insidious products in our society.
And we found that people pick up our jar, they see us at fairs and they pick up our jar, and that's one of the first things they do is they'll look at the label to see, does this have corn syrup in it? And it doesn't.
It really is sort of it's not organic, at least not that it says, but
Right.
it is sort of a healthy alternative fudge sauce.
Right. It is. I mean, you don't need you don't need much. I mean, it's very rich, as you found out.
Yes. It was delicious.
So a little dab will do you.
Yeah.
And it's great on top of ice cream. You can heat it up in the microwave, put it on ice cream. Really great over mixed berries, like sliced strawberries and blueberries and yummy raspberries. People will drizzle it over angel food cake. Or actually, we've also had people will put
Make
it
it into a fondue.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you can cut up shortbread and apples
Right.
and
Bananas, I would do.
dried apricots and whatnot. Yeah,
So you can heat it up just in this form?
Yeah.
As a fondue?
Absolutely.
You don't say that on the package though. You should.
No, but it's on our website. If you go to our website,
It's on the website.
Look for recipe ideas.
So are you still, you used up the funding, I assume?
Yes.
And so now you're self-funding?
Yes. Yep.
Through the cash flow of the business. Are you selling retail? How do you sell?
Yep. We have a distributor that gets us into a few stores around
Right.
the Boston area, and then we'll self-distribute. For instance, I was on the vineyard this past weekend, and if anyone's familiar with Morning Glory Farm, it's a very popular farm stand out there. And I walked in with a sample, and they tasted it, and right away we're like, we'll take 2 cases. So we're pretty fortunate, and if you taste it, you're going to want to buy it.